Hi, I'm Anand Nandkumar. I'm the Associate Professor of Strategy and Entrepreneurship at the Indian School of Business. People call me Anand in short. I've been here for about 10 years right now, and I'm approaching, I think, my 11th year at ISB. It's been a long journey. I never intended to be a professor in the first place. I had three things that I wanted to be. One is that I wanted to be a musician. The second thing is I wanted to be a cartoonist. So my ambition was to become like R.K. Lakshman. I never even contemplated of being an academic. And the third thing is, believe it or not, maybe I don't look it right now, I wanted to be a tennis player for a living, which never happened. I was a state-ranked tennis player, but it never quite panned out. As I was wondering what to do with my life, I was asked to do accountancy, and I used the word asked because that's what my parents asked me to do, and I thought that was the right thing to do, and I went and did accounting, got a degree in chartered accounting, and then I get into this profession of auditing, and I found it incredibly boring given my personality. It was just me and perhaps not the profession. And then I decided to go back to cartoons, drawing caricatures and so on and so forth. And that didn't pan out either. And then I decided to go to Carnegie Mellon in the United States to pursue a degree in information systems. And that was in some ways my exposure to an education system outside India. I had no ambitions really to do anything systematic insofar as my professional career was concerned. So lo and behold, I finished my master's in information systems and eventually ended up working with an investment banker in New York City for a few years. I learned a lot during those times. I ended up traveling quite a bit as well all over the world, and that gave me a perspective of things. And then eventually the entrepreneurial bug bit me and I had to go to the Silicon Valley. It's not like I had to go. I wanted to be in the Silicon Valley to sort of embed myself among entrepreneurs, and that's when my entrepreneurial journey started. It didn't end very well though, right? When the dot-com bust eventually happened, that's when I decided to give up on entrepreneurship. Well, it's not me really. It's actually the VCs who decided to give up on me insofar as my entrepreneurial dreams were concerned. And then I accidentally chose PhD. So this was the time when my wife was at Stanford, and I decided to talk to a few of my professors, and I was lured into doing a PhD program. I ended up once again back all the way to Carnegie Mellon trying to pursue a PhD in information systems. That's what I wanted to pursue at that point in time. Lo and behold, true to my character, I got bored of that as well. And 2 years later, I was trying to graduate with a PhD in industrial organization, which is essentially a branch in economics. And that's what I eventually graduated in. As I was looking to figure out what I was going to do later on after my PhD, I ended up being recruited by the Indian School of Business for the strategy department. Not something that I had actually bargained for, simply because my PhD was not in that area. But I decided to take a chance simply because I wanted to come back to India while I was still young, younger than this at least. While I was still young, we wanted to try out India. We as a family wanted to try out India, and that's how I just came here to try my luck at ISB. ISB actually grew on me, and I think this is probably one of the best decisions that I made in my life, being a professor at ISB.